Mhm. Hi guys. So I felt really called to just randomly sit down real quick and some insight that I hope you can apply to your life. So I feel really called to talk about something that we all need to survive, we all crave, and whether we know it or not, we're on an endless quest for it. And I hope to make that quest easier and shift your perspective so you can realize that you need to stop searching for it right now. Now, the it that I speak of is happiness. Now, to some extent, our whole lives are this endless quest for happiness, right? I mean, we try to get a certain job or a level of education or search for a relationship, and it's, to nurture our souls, but so that we're happy, right? But what do you have to get in order to be happy? Now, I truly believe that happiness is part of our own intrinsic nature as human beings. When we were born into this world in these physical bodies as babies, we were nothing but pure happiness. We weren't thinking about the past or the future or what we wanted to do or who we wanted to be. We were just radiating that happiness. And that's why everyone who saw you as a kid was probably like, "Aw, aw." The thing is, I've realized is, so we're born into this world being happy, right? But then we've spent our entire lives learning to be unhappy. Now, the way to be unhappy is by buying into a mental model. And our whole lives are littered with mental models. How to live, how to work, what our job is supposed to look like, what our life is supposed to look like, by the time we're like 20 or 30, and, how to act a certain way in public spaces. And there's so many. Now, see, the problem isn't necessarily that we have these mental models, but it's that we don't consciously know and realize that we're living in these mental models. And by failing to realize it, we become slaves to the mental model itself, which is supposed to be used as a tool, not to dictate our lives. And the world itself, it's just a mental model. And the mental model we have is that, okay, so we think we have to get something so we can do something, so we can be something. And it's like this endless journey of searching for something. It's like once I get that perfect relationship or that good job or I have enough money to travel, then I'll be something. But that is in the if-then mindset. That is what I would call the if-then model. And the thing about the if-then model is that it's quite flawed. We spend an enormous amount of time chasing the if this happens, then that. And the thing is, that's just bullshit, I mean, we just need to stop always thinking about the future and just accept the universe as it is and let what we want to become and who we are now merge into the one so that we can actually become and be guided by the present moment to follow our hearts to be who we want to be. So something I always say is actions are within your control, but the outcome, not necessarily. Because we live in a world where what we live in and invest in is the outcome, right? We're always focusing on our goals. We're always focusing on where we're going to go, what we're going to do next, the if-then model. The thing is, focusing on the outcome, that's fine. It gives you direction, it gives you purpose, but investing in the outcome, that is what puts your happiness at stake. I'll repeat this one more time. So focusing on the outcome, knowing what your goals are, that's awesome. That gives you direction. That's how, successful people get to where they're at. They set goals and they become them. But when you invest in the outcome, you put your happiness at stake. So now you're probably thinking, well, how do I set goals but then don't invest in the outcome? Is rather than investing in the outcome, you invest in the process. Now, an example of this is a baby learning how to walk. Now, we're all familiar with this. We all did it. As a child, we learn how to walk. We're crawling, we're on all fours, and then we try to stand up, and then we fall back down. And then what do? We try again. Now, when you fall down as a kid, you're not like, oh my god, like I failed, it's like this walking thing, it's not for me. I'm just gonna crawl all my life. No. And you know why? It's because we were investing in the process. We weren't worried about the outcome. We were investing so wholeheartedly in the process that the outcome just happened naturally. And that's how life is rather than always having to seek happiness outside of ourselves, we just need to let it unfold naturally by being 100% present and investing in the process of whatever it is that we're doing so that we can reach our outcome. And if you do that, your life will be a blast every day because you won't be attached to how it's going to end or what you'll have accomplished. But as long as you look in the mirror and say, I tried my best today, and that's all that matters, then you will be happy.